How you guys doing? Tobin, back up in the Willamette National Forest with Luna and Athena. It's just the three of us, and I'm up here to review Boomtown Bay Rum from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I purchased this years ago, and of course right when I start recording, the wind picks up. Hopefully we do all right here today. Got you set up on the tripod. Got the microphone hooked up, so I'm hoping that even with the occasional wind gust, we'll do all right. Stick around after the shave to see a 360 of our surroundings and some extra B-roll of me and the dogs hanging out up here on a Sunday afternoon. So anyways, Boomtown came out in 2018, and when it did, it came out in with 3 different labels, all the exact same fragrance. Today, the only thing that remains is the black label. Douglas, back when they dropped, he called them the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I have with me what would be the ugly, and it's homage to the spaghetti western movie, if you're old enough like myself to remember that. So using the shave stick, talk about that in a second. That's a homemade shave stick that I used with the bad tub to make. I have the ATG pre-shave prickly pear soap, mentholated, unobtainium, no longer available. That was made by Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It was still available back in the day when this dropped. It hasn't been available in a few years. It's one of the pre-shaves that we had back before the cube. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing great. If you haven't seen my favorite Bay Rum video where I list what is my top 8, I believe it is, and those are just what I call flagship Bay Rums, ones that are part of the annual library, not the seasonals. Atomic Pumpkin, I'm wearing the shirt. Atomic Pumpkin came back this weekend. I've already reviewed that before. That was like 2 years ago that I reviewed that one, and that was up here in the Willamette National Forest as well, off of one of the creeks. But so that top 8 video does not include fragrances like Atomic Pumpkin. That is just ones that are generally available, including this one, Boomtown Bay Rum. And Boomtown Bay Rum is my absolute favorite Bay Rum. Gunpowder, leather, and Bay Rum. Oh, I'm old school in a lot of ways. If you're new to my content, I daily carry, have a lot of old school values, and in my personal old school opinion, this is the kind of fragrance that is extremely masculine, and the kind of fragrance that is just like, besides like maybe like gasoline and dirt, that a man should smell like, or that a man could smell like. Even today's modern man, this is a very masculine scent without being like animalic kind of musk, you know, without being like that 60s, 70s musk. This is very masculine. We do the family fragrance score, and this is far from my wife and daughter's favorite fragrance. Emily does not care for it. She gives it a 3, so that's basically she can tolerate it. She doesn't like it, but she can tolerate it. I have the EDP. I think I'm out of the deodorant, so I made the shave stick with the CK1 formula, and that's all of my Boomtowns are in the CK1 formula, so that's what I have inside here is the CK1 formula. And then I took the deodorant sticker. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm out of it. And then I took the shampoo and conditioner sticker and put it on this side of it. And then just scooped out CK1 and stuffed it down into here. No camera, or no mirror, just using the camera. It's going to be a little tricky to see how much I'm applying. It smells so good. So, the Gunsmoke Accord is atmospheric and bold. And it's not, Athena, you going to potty on the video? Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Try and put an image up over that. You can't control what a dog's going to do sometimes. Especially that one. She is crazy. What was I saying? I was talking about the gun smoke, right? So, with a lot of fragrances that I've tried over the years, the gun smoke is rarely done right. Doug spent years creating Tombstone and his Bay Rum. Those are kind of two fragrances that came together into this one. And if I remember right, it took him like 7 different tries just to get this fragrance to where he wanted it. And then there's all the years of him creating his Bay Rums, the Bay Rums that you find in Atomic Age Bay Rum, the Bay Rums that you're familiar with from PAA. That's the same Bay Rum that's in this. And then when he did Tombstone, he put a ton of work into that fragrance. And that is really where he learned how to get gunpowder, gun smoke done right. And outside of Tombstone, outside of this, I'm not saying that there isn't, but offhand in this moment right now, I'm having a hard time of thinking of any other fragrance where those two are done perfectly. And if you're familiar with my content, you know I'm no stranger to the smell of gunpowder or of gun smoke. I'm carrying out with us here today. But that gun smoke, gunpowder evokes a whole lot of grit into the fragrance. It's the very first element of masculinity, in my opinion, in this fragrance. And it doesn't overpower the other notes in any way. It's perfectly done. Got my Captain's Choice bowl. I'm just going to be using this to set my brush in once we get going. Luna loves to chase anything I throw, and Athena loves to chase Luna, chasing anything that's thrown. So, my brush. The handle and knot I both purchased. The knot is a 26 or 24 millimeter black badger that has been bleached, so gel tipped. So this is from Frank's Shaving. Discount code in the, or link in the description to save 20%. And I'm going to try and keep this pretty wet. I'm going to shake it out real quick, hopefully get any dust and dirt out, and then I'm going to put it back in real quick. I'm gonna need water, and I do have my spray bottle and stuff with me, but we're gonna start this out fairly wet. The handle is made by my good friend Dave Lair. You may know him in the community, just a regular guy. He's a subscriber of the channel. That's how I first met him, I believe. A little bit too much water, I just flicked out some. Dave, though, 6 months ago, something, don't quote me, started making brushes. And he's the kind of guy, unlike me, that just has that kind of natural talent that he is good with his hands, good with his tools. I'm not at all. Dave hasn't been doing this very long. This handle, I only paid like 35 bucks for. He has an Etsy, and that's where I bought this. And I believe that was $35 is what I paid, and that was the price on Etsy. I didn't get a friend's deal or anything like that. I bought this to support my friend. I bought this because I love this handle. It's gorgeous. And to share with you guys here today what my friend Dave Lair with Indie Brushworks is doing. Just a regular guy. So please check out what he's doing. Not going to earn a dime. Not going to get any kickbacks. I just think he's doing amazing work, and he's one hell of a guy in Indianapolis, well, Indiana. Or I don't think he's in Indianapolis, but Indiana. That's why you get where you get the Indie Brushworks from. Throw another rock. The leather in this fragrance, worn, so like a worn, not a new leather. Lots of different types of leather. I never really care for that new car kind of leather smell. Rarely do I like that. This is like a worn old leather jacket, or like a worn cowboy horse saddle type thing. a little animalic maybe, and I think it's helping to soften that gun smoke up in the top. Getting pretty happy with that lather. CK6, this is in the CK1 formula is what we call it, the original Crown King. Today if you buy it, you get it in the newer base that came out a few years ago now, which is known as the CK6 base, the Crown King 6 base. I still think that this original Crown King is one of the best vegan bases ever made. And I think it still holds up to anything on the market, and what you would buy today if you bought this is even better. If you use my link to Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements in the description, that is an affiliate link, and I will earn a 10% commission. And I use everything from that to buy more shave stuff. All right, so I'm gonna call that good. How does it look? Looks good to me out here in this natural lighting, just looking at my phone. A little thin right there maybe. I have a platinum Strangelet, first use. Loaded in a razor that's no longer available, the Merkur 45, I believe it was called, and it's a Bakelite razor. About the same efficiency that you would expect from like a Merkur 34C or anything like that, but just extremely light, and roughly the same length with all that stuff of the Merkur 34C, just a very light material because of the Bakelite. That feels great. I don't remember if I've ever used a platinum Strangelet in this razor. I've had it forever, the razor, the Merkur 45. I don't reach for it too often. Just because I'm a schnerd, a shave nerd, and I have too many razors. It's a great little razor, it really is. It's a fun little razor to have. I love this burgundy black. I thought it might look good in the shave of the day photos. For me, everything I do with these, I'm like, that song Carly Simon, she wrote that, and when she wrote that, she wrote it about yours truly in retrospect, or in, she was thinking of me in my shave of the day thumbnail criteria, because when I'm doing these videos, I'll get my wife's help if I feel like I need it, which is a lot of the times. My wife is really good at holding my hand, even when it comes to selecting a razor and a brush for these videos. Got my rinse bowl. I'll set this down in here. It's gonna try and float. It's floating. That's all right. It's face on the water and throw a rock. Athena, no. Athena, leave her alone. No. Athena, no. 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 She's gotten better about that, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Athena? Not doing anything, Dad. Luna turns 5 in a month, 6. How old are you? She's that many. So did I say when I started, we are back up at Blue River Reservoir. If you're familiar with my content, done lots of shaves in this part of the Willamette National Forest. Behind me you see partial fire damage from the forest fires of 2020. This knot, it's a little scritchy, a little prickly, a little pokey, but not bad. There's a citrus note to this, and it's the same kind of citrus note that you find in Atomic Age Bay Rum and in like the Classico Bay Rum, or in Captain Smythe, if you guys are familiar with that one. Captain Smythe is just leather and Bay Rum. So you do get these citrus notes, and what it likely is in the blend, because the citrus is part of the West Indian Bay Rum. What I believe we're finding in this West Indian Bay Rum is citrus. Likely, I have no idea, likely what I detect is lime and maybe bitter orange or somewhere along that type of citrus. Could even be bergamot, but I think I lean towards lime and bitter orange is what I get. Like, did I say I have the EDP? On my second bottle of EDP of this, I love it and I wear it a lot. And so I've done a lot of just exploring this fragrance, wanting to review it for a long time. So that's what two citruses are, in my opinion. And regardless though, they're doing a super great job of cutting through these darker notes that these citrus notes are surrounded by, from the gun smoke, the leather, and down into the tree resins, which we'll talk about in just a second. Hope that wind isn't too much. Doesn't look like my best lather ever. That's not bad for a guy standing out in the woods. I'll take it. It's gonna get the job done. Water. Spraying off my razor here. Wind's blowing that away. Coming right at you. Can you still see me? I didn't cover up the lens with water. All right, pass two. So the West Indian Bay, though, is the background of this. Those herbs like ginger and spice. The herbs like, I believe, ginger, cinnamon. I'm getting hints of vanilla. That could be from the oak barrel. This is aged in an oak barrel for, 6 weeks or something like that. And so there's some different ghost notes, is what we call them. Hold on to your hat. I apologize, guys, if that's bad. When we first got here, the wind wasn't bad, and so I set up in here where I am, hoping that we'd be able to find a little refuge from it. That didn't work out so well. Luna will do this all day long. He also has a patchouli tincture that he talks about adding to this. There's no real strong patchouliness to this. I think it's helping to soften the edges of the gun smoke and the leather. I think it's just helping smooth out some of this fragrance. Then we have the labdaman resin and the elamai resin, both tree resins. I'm gonna call that good. The labdaman resin is a woody animalic resin, and I think between the bay rum, the West Indian bay, the bay leaf, and his whole West Indian Bay concoction, a bay rum concoction, which is, like I talked about a minute ago, the ginger, the cinnamon, speculating, lime, bitter orange. Just my hypothesis from the kid who didn't pay attention in class, because I was too busy talking to the girl behind me, who ended up being my wife. Actually, she was in front of me. True story. I met my wife in college. She was sitting in front of me in a psychology class. The second week, we had the class on Tuesday, Thursday. The second week, a substitute professor walked in. She turned around. We'd only had short talk a couple of times. She turned around, gave me this look, and I took that as my opportunity. I said to her, "Hey, you want to get out of here and get breakfast?" It was like a 10:05, 10:10 start time. She's like, "What?" I'm like, "You want to get out of here and get breakfast?" She grabs her backpack, and we went, and that was our first date. We went to a restaurant and had breakfast, and the rest is history. So the labdaman, I'm going to do two things with this. First, we're going to go with the splash. Again, this is only available in the black label now, the good, but the exact same fragrance, just a different label. And then we're going to use the Star Jelly, which I believe you still get this Warrior with that Star Jelly label. I bought that years ago too. Oh look, that's what's advertised now, right there. that's got the old glass restrictor. So the labdanum and elemi. Besides the woody and animalic type of resin that labdanum is, I think it's helping to enhance the feel, making this a little darker, a little more masculine than it already would be, and helping to just really do a great job of smoothing out the bay rum, the gunpowder, and the leather. I really think that this is all working together. And then, like with the elemi resin, I think it's helping to take the edge off. Again, it's a tree resin, so it's bringing with it the characteristics that we'd expect from a tree resin, but also preventing this fragrance becoming too linear by bringing with it all the characteristics that you might expect from elemi. If you haven't checked out Atomic Pumpkin, it is back for a limited time. Boomtown Bay Rum isn't going anywhere. It's one of Douglas Smythe's favorite fragrances. That's the Artisan, Phoenix Artisan. It's one of mine. It's a favorite of a lot of guys in the community, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon, to my knowledge. Atomic Pumpkin, though, just came back this weekend, like I said, and it'll only be here until probably the first of the year. Right around Christmas, right around New Year's, it will go away. And it is like, again, no hype. It is the only pumpkin fragrance that I can think of that I will actually wear. For me, a big thing with fragrances is the wearability. This is a fragrance that I will wear anywhere and everywhere. I can wear this to church. I can wear this to work. I can wear it to a football game with friends. I was just at the football game again this weekend. There's a lot of fragrances, like Keepsake Fruitcake. I love Keepsake Fruitcake. If you know me and my content, I have every set from 2018 to 2023. It didn't come out in 24. Otherwise, I'd have that. If it comes out in 25, I'll have that because I'm a schnerd and I collect. However, as much as I love Keepsake Fruitcake, I would never, ever wear Keepsake Fruitcake to a football game. Go Ducks, go Beavers. And unless it's like a Christmas party or something like that, you're not going to catch me wearing that to any work function or anywhere else that the guys are. You can chalk that up to my frailed masculinity, that I'm not confident enough, whatever, negative implication you want to imply that keeps me from doing so. It's a reality, and I can't tell you enough how important wearability is to me. And I think that too often it's overlooked in these type of reviews, that people focus on something smelling good. And then guys like me, when I was new to the community, I would go and buy something because XYZ reviewer said it was amazing, and I buy it and it's amazing. And then I learned the hard way that outside of the house, I can't wear it anywhere. And that's the kind of place that Keepsake Fruitcake from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements falls into. I love wearing it around the house at Christmas time. I might wear it to the grocery store when I go out with my girls. But there's not too many places that a fragrance like Keepsake Fruitcake am I going to wear to a lot of places. I do think, though, that Atomic Pumpkin, Boomtown Bay Rum, Atomic Age Bay Rum, Classic Bay Rum, the pineapple, the coconut, those are all fragrances that you can wear places. That's something I'm going to continue to focus on, is the wearability of a fragrance. Yes, it can smell good. Keepsake Fruitcake smells fantastic in my opinion, but the wearability, the places that I will wear it to are few and far between, which reduces the overall value of the product and how likely I would be to recommend it to someone. It's kind of like my underwear. There's a lot of places I can wear my underwear. There's a lot of places I shouldn't wear my underwear. By themselves, of course. I am wearing underwear, but I'm also wearing blue jeans. Yes, it's little big things like clean underwear. Stick around for the B-roll. Yeah, thanks for sticking around if you're still here. Luna, Athena, say goodbye. Take care, guys. Welcome to the B-roll, Miss Luna. Miss Athena. She's waiting for me to throw a rock. Been out here a couple of hours now. Ready, Looney? So this is the direction you guys have been facing during the video. Let's pan out to 0.6. Hi, good girls. Came into this culvert, like I probably talked about during the video, to try and minimize any of the wind. 0.1. Let's go 0.3. Back to 1. So this is the direction I've been facing, hopefully between the microphone and this is all fire damage. What you see back through there is, hold on Luna, is fire damage. That's from the forest fire 2020. Setup I got going here. My pile of Luna rocks that I accumulated. One more. And then we're going to start the shave. As always, I recorded this before the video. There we go. Oops. Easy. To my good girls, I love you. I need to take some more photos. That is Blue River. What's left of the reservoir, it will get, no Luna, it will get much thinner than it is now. No Luna. The road actually continues, probably under the water. Yeah, so where I shaved is still underwater for that alien shave video that I'm talking about. There's still a lot of lake left to empty out. Girls, where did they go? That way, of course. Oh my God. You guys are trouble. Capital T Rubble. That's who they are. T Rubble. Not to be mistaken with B Rubble. Yeah, the road will continue from right in here somewhere. Still goes down a long ways. Still a lot of water in this here lake. I may even have to do a little birthday suit swimming action. Got my Reebok sports briefs on. What do you call them? No, they're not like those Speedos by any means. They're like, you know, spandex briefs. Come on now. You guys feel better? Good. The big one will take ROCKS out and then drop them. One of the things she does for whatever reason. Now she's selecting one. Where's one? And that one's always just looking for new adventure, new trouble. There she goes. She found one. Oop, there it goes. You're so funny. Yeah? You can drive the car down here? Dad can shave down here somewhere? It's up to you. I can go get my gear. Just walk back down here. Try the shortcut going back up. I had my backpack on, but we left most of the gear. There she goes with another one. Gotta go put it in the water. I love you. Let's go get Dad's gear and we can come back down. Hey. Dean. Water levels rapidly dropping. If I had my truck, we could drive down this way. We could probably definitely do it in my wife's Volkswagen, but no need to get into too much trouble. We'll leave that up to Athena. Another good shave, yeah? Good. We a little more tuckered out? Yeah. Luna's got a rock. Clinging to stuff I got attached to my backpack. Tripod and my one stool.